Hello again my friends, a new expansion means new exotics to earn and Forsaken is no exception, but this time Bungie's made the exotic engram chase a little more grindy, drop rates are far less frequent, 3 of coins, a consumable that increased your chance of finding exotic engrams has been entirely removed from the game, and Xur's fated engrams will only drop old exotics. In fact, Xur won't be stocking Forsaken exotics until a later date, so then how on earth do you get your hands on Forsaken's new exotic loot? Well, in this video, we're going to look at exactly how and where exotic engrams drop, a guaranteed way to secure exotic weapons via exotic quests, how Bungie intends to evolve Xur and its stock in the future, a glimpse at the Korean version of Xur and how she differs from her American counterpart, and what happens when you decrypt old exotic engrams. If you like exotic loot, this, my friend, is the video for you, so let's begin. So then first up, how do you get exotic engrams to drop? Now, after 4 solid days of non-stop grinding, I stumbled across this exotic engram that dropped from a random enemy on IO. Now, the first thing to note is that exotic engrams now automatically decrypt when you pick them up, and I gotta say, I'm not a fan of this. I much prefer saving up my exotic engrams and taking them to the cryptarch. It's something I've been doing since the launch of Destiny 2 4 years ago, so yeah, I'm actually really sad to see it go. Okay then, so here's the exotic chest armor that dropped from my hunter. It's called GWISIN vest, and the exotic perk is Roving Assassin. Each spectral blades kill you make before going into stealth will restore more of your super energy, so let's see this in action. Okay then, so this one's pretty easy to explain. If you vanish after getting kills with your spectral blade super, you replenish some of your super energy. The more kills you get, the more super energy you restore after you vanish. Nice. But I digress. Where else do exotic engrams drop from? Well, I asked my Twitter followers to send me video clips of their exotic engram drops. Let's have a look at the results. Now, simply handing in gunsmith materials gives you a chance of an exotic Forsaken drop. This lucky chap got the exclusive PlayStation 4 exotic wave splitter. Nice. Now, this exotic engram dropped from a random enemy in the blind well, and this guardian is showing extreme restraint, not picking it up straight away. When I see loot, I go for it. So there you go, he got an exotic. Nice. Next up, some lucky drops in the Dreaming City. This one from a yellow bar school. After this guardian takes out a mob of enemies with a grenade, the gold drops, baby. It's not a Forsaken exotic, but hey, you can't win them all, am I right? And you can thank a Dreaming City Lost Sector boss for this exotic engram. Now, are you seeing a pattern emerge here? That's right, it's pretty random. Multiple sources drop exotic engrams. You just gotta get lucky, mate. But we ain't done yet. Now, these next 2 exotics come from strike enemies. Not the chests at the end of the strike, but the enemies during the strike. Has the world gone completely mad? The answer is yes. Now, this tasty snipe to the cranium was rewarded with an exotic, and rightly so. If you shoot something in the head from a distance, you blummin' well should get a shiny gold thing to mark the occasion. And if you're wondering, yes, that guardian is holding a wriggling worm. Probably best not to ask. Now, this is the PlayStation exclusive strike, just in case you were curious. Now, this dude got the new Forsaken exotic sword Black Talon from a strike enemy. Can I please get some RNG like this? Just please. I mean, just look, you can fire out void projectiles with this thing. Void projectiles. I think I've made my point. I want this exotic, please. This guy got an exotic from simply completing a heroic adventure. This guy from a chest after killing a high value target in the European dead zone. This guy from a non-yellow bar random piece of filth in the Tangled Shore. Just a standard red bar scumbag. And this dude got one during the Spider Blood Cleaver bounty. You can also add Gambit in the Crucible to the list of things that give you exotic engrams. So yeah, it seems pretty much everything has a chance of dropping an exotic engram. You just gotta be lucky. Press those hands together and pray to RNGesus. Okay then, so I think we've come to the conclusion that exotic engram drops, while available from numerous sources, rely purely on random luck. But what if you want to remove luck from the equation altogether? What can you do to guarantee yourself new Forsaken exotic loot? Well, I'm glad you asked. The answer is exotic quests. Let's have a look at a few of them. First up, Cade's Will, a quest that leads to the exotic hand cannon Ace of Spades. Now, the first quest step drops after you've completed the campaign. Now, the first step involves getting 5 invasion kills with a hand cannon in Gambit. Now, just to be clear, you have to kill 5 enemies that invade you. Only these kills count towards this step. Scoring kills while you're the invader do not count. Now, I use Better Devils with Rangefinder and coordinated with my team, who not only called out where the invader was on the map, but weakened him too, so that I got some nice easy kills. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. Next step, get 250 strike kills with a hand cannon. Now this is pretty obvious, shoot loads of stuff with a hand cannon in a strike. I didn't really need to explain that, but I did. Sorry for wasting your time. Next up, get 25 crucible kills with a hand cannon. Now these kills need to be precision kills. You need to finish them off with a headshot, otherwise it doesn't count. Again, I use better devils with rangefinder. Pro tip, aim for the head, lol. Next up, you gotta find 4 chests, Cade's personal caches, and they look like this. Now if you want a detailed guide on exactly where they all are, I've left a link in the description box below. And finally, you gotta complete the mission Ace in the Hole. Now the mission marker appears on Titan, and I gotta say, it's pretty cool. You gotta hunt down 10 more chests. Each chest rewards you with a lengthy bit of dialogue from Cade himself. Some of it's actually quite touching. And once you've done that, the Ace of Spades is yours. Give yourself a pat on the back. And here it is, an absolute beast of a hand cannon, and it drops as a powerful reward, so it's gonna help you boost your power level. Now you should definitely add this weapon to your arsenal. Good luck. Next up, a Crucible tournament quest that leads to the Chaperone, an exotic shotgun. Now the first step of this quest dropped for me as soon as I played my first game of Crucible in the Forsaken expansion, and it involves taking out 20 enemies with a shotty in the Crucible. And I have to admit, I had a lot of fun completing this step. Shotguns are back in a big way. At the moment, my go-to shotty is still Perfect Paradox. Let me know your preferred shotgun in the comment section below. The next step involves getting arc, void and solar damage kills in the Crucible. Now this step can be a bit of a pain because getting killed pushes back your progress, so choose your favourite weapons and get to work. And by the way, supers and abilities count too. And finally, defeat 15 enemy guardians in Gambit. Now this time, every single guardian you kill counts, whether you're invading them or they are invading you. So yeah, when you hop through that portal, make sure you got a super or some power ammo for maximum carnage. So yeah, you can now return to Amanda Holiday and collect the Chaperone. Good job. So yeah, like I said, exotic quests are the only way to guarantee an exotic Forsaken weapon. Sure, you can visit Xur, but we'll talk about him in just a moment. And exotic quest loot drops as power rewards, so you know, that's always nice. Okay then, so let's now talk about this enigmatic chap Xur. As you can see, he has no 3 of coins, no fated engram, and no new Forsaken exotics, so he's about as useful as a limp dinkle in a pawn shoot. Now the only thing Xur has going for him is the fact that his old exotics have the new exotic perk system. Let's have a look at an example. As you can see, we have ASHEN Wake, and the perks are Fusion Rifle Loader, Hand Cannon Loader, Impact Induction, Shotgun Scavenger, and Heavy Ammo Finder. But Xur will eventually evolve. Here's what Bungie had to say. We discovered a bug where the fated engram doesn't appear for Xur. We're planning a fix for a future patch, and we'll let you know what to expect when we have more details. Xur will not offer Forsaken exotics through his inventory or the fated engram until a later date. So there you go. At some point in the future, Xur will eventually sell Forsaken exotics and add them to his fated engram loot pool. So, you know, I'll keep you updated. So yeah, Xur isn't very popular at the moment, but I'll tell you who's even less popular, the Korean version of Xur. Her name is Yuna, and as you can see from the Eververse symbol above her stock, you have to actually pay cash to buy her exotics. But unlike Xur, she does have Forsaken exotics in her inventory. Let's look at one. This is the One-Eyed Mask, an exotic Titan helmet, and the exotic perk is Vengeance, which marks the enemy that dares to damage you. Track down and destroy your enemy for increased damage and overshield. So yeah, if you see someone with this mask, probably best to avoid them unless you want them on your ass. Okay, and now for something rather sad, what is probably my last ever exotic engram opening video on this channel. Like I said, exotic engrams now automatically decrypt, so there's no need to visit the cryptarch. So yeah, this is really the end of a loot era, my friends. Now what I'm going to do is open these old exotic engrams. Now if we inspect these old exotic engrams, what we'll see is there's no Forsaken exotics in these particular engrams, but the armor does have the new exotic perks, as you can see here, so that's something, I guess. So basically I'm aiming to get the old armor with the new perks, and I'm doubting very much that any Forsaken weapons will drop. So there you go, it's time to do something very sad, like I said, and open these exotics for the last ever time. Good God. Shall I cry? Maybe a bit later I'll sob all by myself. So let's just do this. Let's open these up and let's see what we get. Okay, we got the Mask of the Quiet One. So we've got some armor. We'll check out the new perks on that in just a moment. We've got another piece of armor. We'll check out the perks. It's good. That's kind of what I want. Just armor. Good. We're getting all the armor and no weapons, which is kind of tasty. Okay, we got the Jade Rabbit. And the last ever exotic ever on this channel to be opened? Was it Darcy? Is that how we're going out? We're going out on effing Darcy. Oh, man. Okay, so let's have a look at this loot haul. Can you believe that this is the last ever exotic opening video? Wowzers. Okay, so we've got linear fusion rifle, light reactor, ashes to asset, fusion rifle reserves, rocket launcher reserves. I think that'll do. I think that gives you an idea of the kind of loot that you get from those things. Now guys, if you haven't already seen this video, I'd highly recommend you watch it. It's a Dreaming City secret that spawns a brand new boss and could potentially lead to bigger things in the future as the Dreaming City evolves. To watch it, click this image. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for daily content, and we'll speak again very soon, my friends.